show you 12 awesome different ways that you can use CBD balm. If you're like me and you work at a desk or you're out and about on your feet for a lot of the day, you tend to store a lot of tension in your neck or your shoulders. It can get really irritated. If this is the case for you, one thing you can do is take a little bit of the balm. It comes off really lightly onto your fingertip and just rub onto the sore areas. Just give yourself, rub it in, as well as you can. Give yourself a nice little massage, and within a couple minutes, you should start to feel some relief. Another thing you can do with the CBD balm is, if you or a loved one is able to kind of give yourself a full body massage, or maybe your back irritates you a lot, and you can get somebody to give you a massage, or you see a massage therapist, add a little bit of this balm into the oil that you're using to do the massage. I tend to do this actually with my legs after a hard day's work, if I've been on my feet or if I've gone and exercised and overdone it a little bit too much. Just working like maybe a dime to a quarter size amount of that into your hand along with any type of massage oil is just really going to enhance the benefits of soothing and comforting your tired, sore muscles. So that's another great way to use it. A lot of folks that come in and see us here at the store have a lot of foot pain, whether it's just age, wear and tear, if you've had an injury in your foot. A lot of times that can be very irritating and disruptive to your daily life because everyone uses their feet. Most of us walk and are bearing all of our weight on our feet, and so the soreness of that can really become unbearable to some folks. So at the end of the day, I suggest taking about a dime to a quarter size amount of the CBD balm and just giving yourself a nice foot massage, rubbing and concentrating on the areas that really need the attention and some relief from that discomfort. It's another really great way to use CBD oil balm. If you're like me, year round you have dry lips. This is crazy, but it's something that I always struggle with. It's worse in winter time and when the weather is colder, but CBD balm is a great way to moisten your lips. CBD is full of great omega-3 fatty acids, so it's a wonderful oil that is really going to heal and seal chapped lips. It's as easy as just taking it to your finger like you would any other type of lip moisturizer. It actually smells minty fresh and really, I think, gives as much of a nice glossy glow to your lips as a cosmetic product would, a high-end cosmetic product. So this is another great way to use CBD oil. Now, if you're headed outside into some really cold weather or you're stuck inside with the heat on, you might be noticing that the air is really, really dry, and that can become super irritating to your sinuses. One thing I suggest with the CBD oil balm is to simply take a small amount of it in your finger and rub just underneath your nasal passage. This way, when you're breathing in, the air has a chance to hit the oil and go up into your nasal cavity. So if your nasal passages are even more dry and you need some more therapeutic effects from the CBD oil, another thing you can do is actually use a cotton swab to scoop up just a small amount, less than a pea-size amount, I would say, pea-size at most. This is gonna seem kind of gross to you, but really it's well worth it. If the inside of your nose is really dried out and irritated and discomfort, you're experiencing a lot of discomfort, you're gonna wanna try this. Yes, I am totally picking my nose on camera. But it seriously feels so good after you're able to moisten the inside of your nose. Definitely throw this cotton swab out when you're done because you don't want to be spreading all those nice germs. But doing this is really going to give you a lot of relief, and is another great way to ensure that all the air that you're breathing is really moisturized and beneficial for you. If you're in the kitchen a lot and you're a klutz, sometimes burns happen. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't have any fresh burns to show you here today, but I do have sort of an old one that's been lingering on my hand here from a hot pan I was cooking with a couple of weeks ago. One great use for CBD oil is actually, after this burn happens, apply directly to the area very gently. You don't want to use this on any exposed skin. So skin that's been broken, bleeding, anything like that. You don't want to use on exposed skin. But for any other skin, especially burns, this works so wonderfully because the omega-3 oils in here are so beneficial at really healing your skin, and it feels so good. Using our hands on the keyboard all day long can result in a lot of discomfort in our fingertips, some stiffness, sometimes even some swelling. You may have seen a doctor about this. They may have told you you had a type of condition that we're all pretty familiar with. But if the discomfort is really getting to you, you may want to consider keeping a bottle of the CBD Balm at your desk and just taking a bit of that. You can combine it with a hand cream that you may have, or a hand oil of some sort, or use simply on its own. And you just want to apply to the areas, focusing on especially the joints and areas of discomfort, and basically work it into your whole hand as you would a hand cream. And let it sit for just a few moments so that the oils have a chance to soak in before you go and use your hands again. I promise you, you will feel some type of relief from this discomfort. Most of us at some point in our lives, or we may know somebody, has suffered from acne. And I'm talking about big, cystic, painful acne. Those giant bumps that come out of nowhere, and believe me, they're not just teenagers that get them. They can be really painful, and sometimes we can even feel them coming up out of our skin before they even start revealing themselves. If that's the case, combat this with CBD oil. CBD oil is naturally anti-inflammatory. The cystic acne is inflammatory in nature, so you want to fight that with good fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids. And CBD oil is so rich in those. It just takes a tiny little bit of the balm, and you want to just apply directly to the areas on your face that are breaking out. And then try this at night when you wake up the next day. See what happens. So many of us also suffer from migraine headaches or just tension headaches. These are really common at the end of a long day, especially if you've been staring at a screen of some sort, your computer. A lot of times we feel the tension at our temples over here. What you want to do is take just a bit of the CBD balm, it doesn't take much, and rub into your temples. It goes on really nicely. It does not feel overly greasy, and it will absorb very easily. If you just focus inward and use a few minutes of your time to concentrate on addressing the discomfort, you can massage the oil in wherever it is on your face, even in your scalp. If it goes into your scalp, it's perfectly fine to get this into where your hair is. You may also know somebody that suffers from skin rashes, scaly, itchy, dry skin. Again, they may have seen a doctor for this condition, and that's great to be under a doctor's care. But something you can do very easily for yourself is to use some CBD oil directly on those areas of irritation on your skin. Again, as long as there's no exposed skin or, you know, bleeding areas, cuts, you don't want to apply the CBD to those areas. But others, extremely dry, itchy, scaly, flaking skin, the CBD oil is incredibly moisturizing and beneficial for skin. And it's just a matter of rubbing it into the area that's affected. Last but certainly not least, if you or someone you know experiences joint discomfort, CBD oil is great for taking or relieving some of that discomfort. You want to focus on the areas that you're experiencing this: elbows, knees, knuckles, and just give it a good rub in. Sometimes, you know, you can benefit from a little bit of massage in that area to really make sure the oil is penetrating the skin and absorbing. And just give it a few moments, let it absorb, and see how you feel. I'm covered in CBD.
I know.
I should say that at the end. I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm covered in CBD.
Yeah.
Peace out.
You could do that, like a little thing.
I should.